Hi and welcome to Yoga with Tim. Today we're going to do a morning flow that's going to help you develop strength and flexibility. So let's begin lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana. Begin lying down on your back. Soles of the feet together, knees fall wide apart. Let your arms rest at your side with your palms faced up. Start just by relaxing. Let your hips open up. Let your shoulders relax, your jaw and your tongue. Feel your belly soften. And then imagine you could breathe all the way down towards your belly. Fill your belly, then fill the sides of your rib cage, all the way up towards your armpits. Let the breath out slow through your nose. Slow breath in, down to the belly. Side ribs. Pause up by the armpits, upper chest, and let it out slow through your nose. One more conscious breath like this. Then open your eyes, but keep your focus inward. Bring your knees together and stretch your legs out one at a time along the floor. Press to your feet like they're pressed into a wall. Roll the inner thighs down until your knees point straight up. Then raise your arms up. And as you inhale, feeling your back ribs broad along the floor, slowly start to stretch the arms back. See if you can keep the rib cage tipped down towards the pelvis instead of letting it lift up with the arms. So feel through this full body stretch. Feel the breath moving. Feel things start to open up. Then bring your arms back up. Hug your right knee into your chest as you continue to stretch out through your left leg. Change, hug your left knee into your chest. Reach to the right. Set the feet down, roll over to your side. Press yourself up and come onto your hands and your knees. Place your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Then round your back as you exhale. Tuck the buttocks under, round through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and the neck. Then as you inhale, see if you can roll segmentally into extension. So start from the lumbar spine, go into a back bend in the lower back, middle back, upper back, last is the neck. As you exhale, round from the buttocks, lower back, middle back. Inhale, starting from the low back. And exhale again from the lower back. Inhale into a neutral spine. Now holding your neutral, curl your toes under and lift your knees up just an inch. Press your hands, spread your shoulder blades, spread your collarbones. Try to find the same feeling in the spine and the back ribs that we had at the beginning. So same back against the floor feeling, so you're not sinking, you're not rounding. Then set the knees back down and we'll start to warm up a bit. So from here, bring your right elbow to your left knee. As you inhale, reach out, but try not to lean right or left. Exhale to draw in. Inhale to reach out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Lower your hand and your knee. Change sides. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out. Keep flowing with your breath. 3 more. Lower your hand and your knee. Now let's warm up the thoracic spine with your toes curled under. Stretch your hips halfway back to your heels. As you inhale, turn from your ribcage, stretch your right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, slide your hand behind your left wrist, reach it. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up. And exhale into the twist. This time we'll hold in the twist. Maybe you can let your shoulder and your head drop down. And perhaps take your left arm overhead. Breathe into your belly. Breathe into your side ribs. Feel the breath go all the way out. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Change sides. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist. And hold. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips again. Curl your toes and lift your knees up just an inch. Then one leg at a time, step into the plank position. Hold here. Start to fire up your core, so feel your belly lift. Hug your side ribs down as you exhale. Feel the rib cage cinch in, abdominals engage. But feel your spine long, like when you're on your back at the beginning. So when we're strengthening the core, we want to help to improve the length of the spine. So we're strengthening the paraspinals, the erector spine at the same time to help with your posture and to help with your breath. Push the floor down. Engage your legs. Hold here, 2 more breaths. Then set your knees down with the knees wide apart, the big toes pointed back. Stretch your hips back towards your heels and let your head drop down. So if at any point in class you need a little break, feel free to drop into this child's pose. And then when you feel like you have your energy again, you can come back into the practice. But just remember to take the practice at your own pace today. Downward facing dog. Over time, through the practice, you'll start to build more strength, endurance, and flexibility. So don't try to force it all in one day. Be patient with yourself. And you'll start to feel the body changing. You'll notice yourself getting stronger, more flexible. Walk your feet forward to the front. Bend your knees a bit. Let your head drop down. Then roll yourself up to stand. Head and neck last thing to come up. Stack yourself up over your ankles. So feel your hips balanced over your ankles, your shoulders balanced over your hips and your ankles, and lastly, stack your head. As the collarbone spreads, stretch through the fingertips towards the floor. Eyes open, but eyes soft. As you inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into a flat back, lengthen. Step back into a plank position. Set your knees down and lower yourself slowly to elbow height. Pause there. Lift back up. Now curl your toes under and see if you can do that same push-up with your legs straight. See if you can maintain the same posture, your core engaged. And then lower down onto your belly. Inhale into a low cobra position, so back bend in your upper back, roll your chest and your shoulders open. Now if you can feel that you weren't able to maintain the alignment, the integrity in the pose with the legs straight, continue to practice that pose with your knees down. Hold here for an extra breath in low cobra. Stretch through your legs, reach through your toes. Now see if you can lift your hands up just an inch. Feel your back muscles activate as your chest spreads. Slide your hands back underneath your elbows. Now as you inhale, we're going to roll into the first upward facing dog. This can be a little extreme on your lower back, so if you need to just stay in this low cobra position, this is perfectly fine to do the whole class. Otherwise, roll yourself up first onto just the knees, and then see if you can straighten the legs. From here, set the knees back down, stretch back, downward facing dog. Now if you can feel that was a little extreme, just stay in the low cobra. Remember, we're working on maintaining health, facilitating healing in the body, so we don't want to do anything too extreme. Look forward, step or hop up to the front of your mat, and as you inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, whichever one feels better for your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward. Step or hop up to the front. As you inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now inhale, reach your right leg up behind you, but see if you can keep your ribcage braced so that you don't let your lumbar sink to take the leg. Then shift in a plank, pull your knee up, round your back, push the floor down. Hold there, firing up your core. If it's too much, you can just drop your other knee and hold this position. Otherwise, from there, then step your foot up. Now, everyone drop your back knee down. Bring your hands to your right knee, peel yourself up, and as you let your tailbone lengthen straight down, feel your abdominals release back, navel to the front of the spine, and stretch your left arm up. Reach down through your left shin as you stretch past your fingers. Then bring your left hand down onto the mat and twist. Take your right arm up. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up, but try to keep your right hip hugged into the midline, and then navigate straight out through the crown of your head, straight forward as you reach back through the tip of the tailbone. So you're orienting the hips to point straight back instead of twisting them off to the side. Now bring your right hand down to the mat, set up your back foot for warrior one, so step it a little closer and turn your heel down. The back foot angles in a little more than halfway. Now press down through your feet and come up. Let the breath come back down into your lower belly so you can feel the lumbar lengthen. So this area tends to be compressed in most people. So as you're holding here, feel that the tail, the lumbar can drop down as you breathe, and feel through your side ribs. You can reach up through your fingers. Bring your hands back down. Step back to a plank position. Hold in your plank, or you can add an optional push-up. Knees down or legs straight, your call. Back up into the plank position and stretch back into downward facing dog. As you inhale, take your left leg up. Keep your core braced, rib cage in. Exhale, shift into plank and pull your knee up to your chest. Push the floor down, round your back. Remember, you can set the opposite knee down. Then step your foot up lightly by your thumb. Drop your back knee down. Hands to your left knee, start to peel yourself up. Lift through the front of the pelvis as you let the buttock flesh release down. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Breathe into the stretch. Feel from the lower belly releasing back to the front of the spine. Reach down through your right shin, reach past your fingers. Then bring your right hand down onto the mat and twist. Take your left arm up. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee up. Aim your hips straight back. Lengthen out through the crown of your head straight ahead. Breathe in and out through your nose. Bring your hand back down. Set up your back foot for warrior one. Press down through your feet and inhale, come up, raise your arms. Let the pelvis release down. Breathe into your lower back. Feel your spine grow tall with your breath. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back into plank position. Optional chaturanga push-up. Stretch back into downward facing dog. From downward dog, bend your knees and look forward. Step or hop to the front. As you inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees, sit back and raise your arms. Stand Samastiti. Sun Salute B. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can always modify, do it with knees down. Go for cobra instead of the up dog. Stretch back to down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale into warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, stretch back, downward dog. Now in your down dog, there's going to be a tendency for the inner arms to sink into the shoulders and rotate in. Instead, I want you to turn your triceps down to the floor, create space for the neck. Push down into your hands, and then breathe into your spine to get longer. Look forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, chair pose. Stand Samastiti. Let's flow through that one more time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now from down dog, step your right foot for warrior one again. Inhale to come up. Open up to your side for warrior two. Have your back foot angled in a little bit. Turn your right foot to point straight ahead and turn your right thigh out so that the knee tracks with the second and the third toe. For that to happen, your pelvis will turn to the right a little bit. That's fine. But now from your belly, lift up and roll your chest open. Come back to your steady breath that we started with. Breathe down towards your belly. Then tip from your pelvis and bring your forearm onto your thigh, or place your hand onto the outside of your foot and reach your left arm overhead. Make a long line of energy from your back, ankle, all the way out through your fingertips on your left side. See if you can keep your right outer hip hugged in. Press down into your right heel. Then inhale, come back up, warrior two. Flip your right palm up, reverse warrior, reach up into the air. Exhale, place your hands down onto the mat and step back. Lower slowly into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch back. From down dog, step your left foot. Inhale, warrior one, raise your arms up. Warrior two, open up to your side as you exhale. Make sure your back foot's angled in slightly. Turn your left knee so that your knee points in the same direction as your second, third toe. Then lift up through your belly and open up your chest. Tip from your pelvis out over your thigh. Go forearm to thigh, keeping the spine long, or place your hand on the outside of the foot as you take your arm over. Press down through your feet, come back up into warrior two. Reverse warrior, flip your palm, inhale. Hands to the mat, step back, vinyasa. Now step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale to come up. Bring your hands behind your back, press your knuckles together and straighten your right leg. Step your back foot just slightly closer. As you inhale, back bend in your upper back, roll your chest open. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips, lean forward halfway, try to make a flat back. Press down into the foot evenly in your right foot. And then from here, take the whole spine forward and down evenly out over your leg. Keep pressing into your foot so you don't hang in the joints. Feel the muscles turn on to support you. And instead of just hinging from the stiff and weak spots in the spine, see if you can go forward and down evenly. Now press down through your feet, and as you inhale, come back up to stand. Bring your right hand to your hip, raise your left arm straight up. As you exhale, reach, twist, and put your hand onto your shin or your ankle. Turn and take your right arm up. keep pressing into your foot evenly so that you turn on the muscles in the leg so that they're getting lengthened and strengthened instead of hanging in your joints. Feel the energy come up the spine, up through the back of your heart, lengthen as you twist. Now, like a windmill, press down through your feet and then come up and around with your arms for the other side. Bring your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift up your heart. Use your hands to help to move that part of your spine that doesn't want to move, to draw it in and up. And as you exhale, lengthen out over your leg. If it feels like you're kind of on a tightrope and your balance isn't very good in this pose, just try taking your feet in a little bit wider stance. So the left foot to the left more, right foot to the right more. A little bit more staggered stance. Now reach down through your feet as you inhale, come up. Left hand to your hip, raise your right arm up. And as you exhale, reach, twist, place your hand onto your shin or your ankle. Spin and take your arm up. Instead of locking your ankle or your knee, press into your foot, turn on the muscles, and feel that the energy can move up the spine so that you can lengthen and twist a little bit better. Press into your feet. Inhale like a windmill, come up and around, step up to the top of your mat. Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into a flat back. Preparation for crow pose. Lift your heels up. Lower your buttocks down onto your heels, knees go wide apart. Practice squatting in this position, getting deep, and getting comfortable in this deep squat with your knees up in your arms, hands shoulder distance. Feel your back body spread and open. Now see if you can lean into your arms, keeping your collarbones broad, keeping the spreading in your back body. And then eventually lift maybe one foot, maybe both, and start to bring your heels towards your buttock. See if you can keep the spread, upper traps, upper shoulder blades, and collarbones. When you hit your edge, squat back down into your squat, and then sit onto your butt for Navasana. All right, so for Navasana, lean yourself back and try to make balance between your sit bones and your tailbone without your spine sinking. So you're making an inverted V shape. Maintaining that, lift one foot up and then the other. Try not to sit back into the tailbone, but keep some weight into the sit bones. Stretch your arms forward if you can maintain that without sinking. Strong in your core here. Now, set your heels down, round your lower back down onto the floor, right to where your back bottom ribs start. Now as you exhale, feel your front ribs hugging in and down towards your pelvis. You don't want those to pop up, and you want to feel your low abs deflate, sink in towards each other and down towards the floor. See if you can maintain that. Take one leg forward. Keep the other heel down to make sure you're using your core, then change legs. So more important that you're training the core well than overdoing it by taking both legs forward at first. But if you can, try taking both legs forward, maintaining the ribs and the lower belly. Keep your neck long, keep the neck out of it. If the neck took over, set one heel back down. Then come back up into boat pose. And then set the heels down, roll back down for Ardha Navasana. One leg forward, change legs. Maybe both legs up, or you can set both heels down and just focus on using your core. Then come back up into boat pose. Now cross your legs, put your hands down, And see if you can hop back or step back to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The hop back is a little crazy. If you're not into the circus tricks yet, you can just get back however you can. Now from down dog, come into plank on your forearms. We're gonna keep the burn going with the core right now. So from down on your forearms, now walk into, from plank on your forearms rather, down dog on the forearms, raise the left leg up from the inner thigh. Keep your core braced like we practiced in Ardha Navasana without hunching in your upper back. Change legs, raise your right leg up. But imagine I have my knee in your upper back so you're not rounding. Reach from your sit bones up into the sky. Lower that leg down and change legs. Raise the left leg. Change, right leg up. Lower that leg, set your knees down, stretch back to child's pose. Stretch back to downward dog. Hop to seated. Lie down onto your back. Bring your heels close to your buttock and lift your hips up. Press down into your feet. Descend your upper arms, feel your shoulder heads drop down. Now with your knees pointing straight ahead, engage the backs of your legs. Contract your hamstrings. Move from your buttocks towards the backs of your knees. So the tailbone feels like it should tuck towards the backs of the knees. Then knit those ribs in that we practice knitting in the abdominal series. Roll the shoulders and the upper chest open. Lower your buttocks back down. Open your arms out to the side. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Slowly let your legs fall over to the left. Come back to center. Change the cross of your legs. And slowly let the legs fall over to the right. Come back to center. Hug your knees to your chest. Take happy baby. Reach onto the insides of your knees and either hook your big toes or the outsides of your feet. Then hug your knees to your chest and roll yourself up to seated. Sit with your legs stretched straight out in front of you in Dandasana. Bend your left knee off to the side. Bring the heel close to your pubic bone. Now turn to face your right leg. As you inhale, hook your thumbs and reach up. Reach down through your sit bones as you liberate and grow tall through the spine. Exhale, reach out for your foot. Now you might just hold here with your hands next to your shin, little micro bend in the knee, work on reaching down through the sit bones as you decompress the spine. If you're already very mobile in your hamstrings and flexible in your paraspinals, then you might start to walk the hands forward, but don't just collapse onto the leg. Keep elongating as you walk forward. It should feel like your body is inviting you to go deeper. When you hit the barrier of stretch sensation, Instead of trying to jam past it, just hold there and breathe. Inhale, come back up. Change sides. Stretch your left leg out and sit tall. Bend the right knee back. Inhale your arms up, hook the other thumb up on top and lift up. Reach down through the sit bones as you grow tall through the sides of your rib cage. And as you exhale, take all that length, reach forward. The feeling of decompressing the spine and opening up should be primary. How far forward you go is secondary. Feel your breath. Go to that barrier sensation. Instead of trying to jam past it, be there and breathe. Smooth, steady, even breaths. Feel the knots of tension starting to release as you practice that way. Inhale back up. Bend your left knee back, soles of the feet together. Work on sitting up as tall as you can as the inner legs start to widen, open. Focus on your breath like at the beginning. Maybe even close your eyes to go inward. And then release. Lie down on your back for Shavasana. Palms open up at your side. Hands, take them about a foot away from your body. Feet at least hip distance apart. Let the feet fall open. Take a last deep breath in through your nose. Fill the lungs all the way up. And then with the sigh, let it out through your mouth. Let go completely. Give your body permission now to completely relax. Relax the toes and the muscles in your feet. Let your legs relax, your hips, your abdominals. Relax the muscles in your chest and your shoulders. Empty the tension in the hands and your arms. Relax the neck. Empty the tension in your jaw and in your tongue. Let all the muscles in your face completely relax. Just notice how centered, calm, grounded, yet energized you feel at the end of the practice. Feel the breath moving in your body. Feel the sensations as you relax. Now gently bend your knees. Roll over to your side. And press yourself up to seated. Sit with your legs crossed, sit up tall, palms together. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's class, make sure to hit the like button on the video, leave a comment below, let me know what you did enjoy about it, and also take a moment to subscribe to the channel. One last thing, if you're ready to commit yourself to a yoga practice, then I want you to click the link below to join the Conscious Movement community. Here you'll find a course that will take you from whatever level you're at in your practice and help you to progress step by step with a series of videos. Try it for 2 weeks free by clicking the link. I know you're going to dig it. All right, have a good one. I'll see you next time.